Burnout Revenge isn't just any old sequel. It's a game that grabbed me and didn't let go. My name's OneHip, and thanks for clicking on this video. This is the fourth part in my Burnout console game retrospective series. I've already covered the first 3 Burnout games, so if you want to see how the series built up to this point, I recommend checking those out first. For this video, I played the Xbox 360 version of Burnout Revenge using the Xenia emulator on PC. I never played this game back in the day, so I went in with completely fresh eyes, and I'm glad I did. The visuals still hold up impressively, and when emulated at 60 FPS, the motion blur made it feel like it was running even faster than that. Once I started playing, I forgot I was even reviewing it. That's how locked in I was. Anyway, here's my Burnout Revenge retrospective. Let's go. Burnout Revenge launched in 2005 for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, followed by a 2006 HD upgrade on Xbox 360, which the game proudly announces in its opening cinematic.
People have experienced burnout in the only way it's been possible. But if you've only played it this way, you haven't experienced it at all. Burnout has now entered the era of high definition.
It's also backwards compatible with the Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles. Criterion had just struck gold with Burnout 3 Takedown, and EA was all in on the franchise. Instead of reinventing the wheel, Revenge focused on refinement. Visuals, systems, and gameplay were all given a sharper edge. The core DNA of Takedown is still here, but new mechanics like Revenge and Rivals, traffic attack mode, and crash-enhancing systems helped this entry stand out. The gameplay and visuals were the main drawing card for me. This game is pure rage-fueled racing. You're not just trying to win, you're trying to settle scores. The Revenge system adds emotional weight to every event. If you get taken down, that rival becomes a marked target. If you take them out later, you earn a Revenge Takedown bonus and a nice boost refill. These rivalries stick with you until you get even. The game is ridiculously fast. Visuals on the 360 version are crisp, with better lighting, smoother frame rate, and more destruction details than its predecessors. And I feel that Xenia did a very good job emulating it. Sparks fly, glass shatters, and bodies of cars look appropriately beat up, especially in crash mode where they're already halfway wrecked before the event even begins. The menus in the game are much sharper, the loading transitions are flashier, and even the takedown camera is a lot more cinematic. EA's influence is obvious in this game, but the soul of Criterion is still intact. You'll still see some product placement here and there, but it's less obnoxious than Burnout 3's wave of cross-promos. The visual branding feels more mature, aggressive, and confident, and I appreciated it. You race across new areas in the USA, Europe, and Asia. Locations inspired by Detroit, LA, Rome, the Swiss Alps, Hong Kong, and Tokyo, among others from what I observed. The tracks are filled with shortcuts, ramps, and destructible sections that add strategy to your mayhem, and lots of these will be incorporated into challenges in the next game, Burnout Paradise. Learning those shortcuts can be the difference between a gold and silver medal, especially in time-based events like Burning Lap. And introduced to the series, there's traffic checking. You slam into traffic heading the same way and use it as a weapon. If you hit anything head-on or hit a heavy vehicle like a bus or truck, you're pretty much done. It's chaotic and empowering, and I liked it. NPC vehicles aren't something to avoid, rather they can assist you in events in the World Tour where you'll be spending most of your time in. World Tour is the heart of Burnout Revenge. You'll climb ranks by earning stars in each event, up to 5, based on your performance. Hitting Revenge milestones pushes you closer to unlocking faster cars, tougher events, and new locations. Every event feeds into this system, and the pacing is fantastic in my opinion. There's always something new around the corner, and I love the variety. You start World Tour with a traffic attack, where your entire goal is to cause destruction during rush hour. There's also Crashbreaker races, where getting wrecked lets you retaliate with a mid-race explosion if you've built enough boost. You'll spend a lot of time holding the boost button down as you accumulate it very quickly in this game. Other returning modes include Road Rage, Eliminator, now with a much more brutal twist, last place gets blown up after a timer expires, and takedown challenges. I found the AI in these takedown events way more aggressive than in Burnout 3, and they forced me to really earn my wrecks. The Road Rage cars don't have the pinball physics like the last game, which increases the challenge. You can re-watch your chaos in Burnout clips, you can also check your stats, and play local multiplayer with some modes. There used to be Xbox Live support, and the servers were shut down in October 2012, so obviously I wasn't able to try it. Crash mode returns in the game, but it's changed. In Burnout Revenge, it's more of a side activity than a core focus. You no longer manually drive into the intersection, You launch from a ramp or another high area, and the rest is mostly about timing and picking your crash path. This time you can have multiple Crashbreakers depending on how much damage you cause, and you earn medals just like before. There's still fun to be had in this mode, but I feel it lacks the puzzle-like finesse of Burnout 3's Crash mode. It's not bad in my opinion, as the carnage you can cause here is absolutely insane compared to the last game, but I feel it's not the main attraction anymore. If you're enjoying this one, thanks for being with me today. I've been covering the Burnout console games in order of release, and I've also got retrospectives on Tony Hawk and EA Skate games if you're into those as well. If you want more chill deep dives like this one, consider subscribing and giving the video a like. It helps get the video out to more people. Anyway, back to it. Burnout Revenge's soundtrack leans more into heavier kind of songs. Bands like Fall Out Boy and Yellowcard return from Burnout 3, and bands like Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged Sevenfold appear in the soundtrack. It's louder and more aggressive, and I feel it fits the Revenge theme perfectly. The tracks play continuously with no interruptions as you play through the tour, which is really cool. DJ Striker doesn't appear in this game, but he makes his return in the next game in the series, Burnout Paradise, as DJ Atomica. Burnout Revenge is often seen as Burnout 3's younger sibling, but I think it deserves more credit than that. It took everything Takedown did well, it added new mechanics, it cleaned up the structure, and it modernized the visuals. The Xbox 360 version in particular feels like the definitive way to experience the game, assuming you've got the console or an emulator like Xenia. The game didn't have the same cultural impact as Takedown, but for fans, it became a comfort game, the kind of game you boot up for just one more race. And then you realize hours have passed, like what happened to me when I was supposed to review it. Burnout Revenge is one of the most addictive arcade races I've ever played, and it's really hard to put down. The mix of speed, aggression, chaos, and style is still unmatched. It might not be as groundbreaking as Burnout 3, but I feel it's smoother, sharper, and it's arguably more replayable. If you've never tried it, try the 360 version of the game, and if you have played it, you already know what you're in for. It's revenge-fueled racing perfection, and the final game in this retrospective series, Burnout Paradise, would bring everything that the series introduced into an open world playground. Thanks again for watching. What's your favourite Burnout game? Did you prefer Takedown's rawness or Revenge's polish? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts. If you want to support this channel, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, or checking out my other retrospectives on Burnout, Tony Hawk, and EA Skate. Playlists are here. You can also support this channel through memberships or Ko-fi. Links are in the description. My name is OneHip, and you have a good one. Bye!